ladies and gents, and welcome to Frantic Nerdcast, episode 58.
Oh, 58.
We're almost 60.
Yeah, closing in on 60. Jesus Christ, we're still going.
We're back. We survived last week.
Yes. For those of you that listened to last week, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Wow.
Tips if you saw AJ sleeping at the end. So, yeah.
So we only got one person that I know of that gave us the code word.
Yes.
That actually listened to the end of the
No, and other people listened to the end. They just didn't give the code word.
Oh, come on.
But to that point,
What the fuck are you doing?
To that point, thank you very much, Bevan, for writing in and keeping in contact with us and commenting and whatnot. It's great. That's what we want. We want to have that interaction. So thank you very much,
Brendan,
Mr. Hall.
Brendan, thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't see Brendan. Sorry.
Brendan also did. He did it directly to me.
So no, you got to
Doesn't
do it
really
on the
quite
post.
count,
It doesn't
does
count.
It doesn't
Come
count.
on, Brendan.
Yeah, pick up your fucking game, Brendan. Fuck. All right. So, how's everyone been this last week?
Oh yeah, hasn't been too bad. Just another week in the burbs.
Yeah, well, after discussing the issues of money in league, I'm debating dropping another $25 on league this week. So, we're here and ready to go.
Oh,
You're a special man.
Yeah, I am.
Spending that money, my God. How
But
could you?
I want that sick Darius skin. It's going to be full sick.
Full sick.
Did you
sick.
say Daria?
Darius.
I thought you said Daria.
Darius.
I'm like, fuck, that is a long way to get that into.
Mate, I have not heard the term full sick in so long.
I don't think I've ever heard it.
Welcome to being a primary school teacher.
Usually there's a fully.
Fully sick, yeah.
No, that was a full sick trick, bruh.
No,
no.
back to Darius. Get ready to be hearing that name a lot. I'm assuming he will be a main character in the new League series, so when it comes out.
Awesome.
All right, well, let's jump straight into our bullshitterama reels that Facebook presents us and gives us all the bullshit that doesn't actually exist in this world.
Hey, at least it's entertaining.
Okay, what do we got? What am I going to start off with? Okay, so this one is actually apparently true. Claymore, which is a fantastic anime series,
Yes.
is getting a live action adaptation.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, so am I. It's a
that's
great
the
anime.
One where it's like the female cast. Yeah. It's going around hunting demons. Yeah, definitely keen for that. It's great little short anime series. So yeah, we would hopefully translate well to live action.
I think it would be a really good fantasy series, yeah.
I actually haven't seen Claymore, so.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's a good
Recommend
show. So according to Deadline, the third expansion to the Big Bang Theory franchise has been titled Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Will be starring people from the original series of Stuart Bloom, the comic book shop owner, his girlfriend, Bert the geologist, and Barry Kripke, the guy that spoke with the Lisp. So, yeah, should be interesting. I didn't mind Young Sheldon, so seeing a spin-off this way with some of the side characters could be interesting.
I'm still trying to find mine. You guys go again.
Okay. I
was unorganized for
I've
this.
got breaking insider reporting. Rachel Ziegler in talks to play Wonder Woman in the DCU.
Okay. Which one's she again?
She's Snow White.
Oh, yeah.
She was in, I think she was in the screens.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that she's probably, you guys can't fucking see that. I have a feeling she's probably too young,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough.
She's got the look, but I think she's just too young.
Yeah, I wouldn't
it's
be
saying
upset.
that they
I wouldn't
haven't
be
cast-
upset, but I'm not. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because you got Superman. He's a fairly young looking Superman.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, even Diana, like, no matter who you get, I think she needs to look. It's like almost that combination of someone who's younger who has a little bit more of a mature aura about her, if you know what I mean.
Bit of regalness.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is one of those things of, as much as you hate to say it in today's day and age, she is the Amazon, like the queen of the Amazons, essentially. She is like the pinnacle of what a female should look like in beauty and in muscular.
She was created by the gods, so she was created deliberately
She should
for
be
that.
a perfect feminine specimen in beauty and in strength.
Yeah. And she's always, and now that we've had Gal Gadot who did so well at it, it's going to be a straight comparison to that.
I mean,
she fit the role.
I'm quite happy
well.
to have someone who can actually speak without that horrible accent.
True. But I mean, like, it was the Themyscirian accent.
The rest of the Amazons, the Themyscirians, could speak with just beautiful accent, like no accents, and then all of a sudden she's just got this bang accent.
Yeah.
That makes her special.
Yeah, all right.
So I've got two here. So it's been confirmed Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk will be the main villain in Spider-Man 4. Vincent D'Onofrio
It has not been confirmed, internet.
Hold on.
Just like Henry Cavill's been confirmed by Amazon to be the new James Bond. Fuck off.
Vincent D'Onofrio then comments, "Is that right? Well, no one has told me."
I'm loving his comments on Facebook at the
Just
moment.
let me get through a fucking rumor. Go.
So the internet's pissing me off lately.
You're pissing me off, Brock.
What
did I do? And we've fucking derailed early today. Ted Lasso, the comedy series following an American soccer coach at fictional English Premier League, etc., etc. So we've spoken about it being renewed for another season and whatnot. So Jason Sudeikis mentioned that Ted will coach a women's team on the New Heights with Jason and Travis Kelce. So it'll basically be
a new team,
and him coaching a new team. So I'd say it'd be a similar thing
with the Kelce brothers. So something NFL related then?
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I just
need to just bite the bullet and borrow AJ's secret site and watch it because I haven't seen it and it's annoying me.
You haven't seen Ted Lasso?
I haven't.
It's
I need
great.
to.
It's really, really good.
Because it's Bill Schwartz. I think Bill Schwartz is his name. The guy who created Scrubs, Cougar Town, all that. It's so well written.
Before I even knew that it was a successful and a great show, I was like, it's an American trying to go coach a European soccer team. I'm like, I'm down to watch that because even if it's bad, I'll enjoy it.
So it's like Scrubs where you can be laughing 1 second and then within the span of like 4 words, you're bawling your eyes out.
Excellent.
It's amazing. It's so well done.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, what do we got? We've got... wait, did you got?
Yeah,
you just did that. Karen Gillan, who most nerds should know from Doctor Who, but
Nebula.
She plays Nebula. Karen Gillan says she's interested in playing Poison Ivy in James Gunn's DCU.
Ooh, I can see that.
She also wants to portray the relationship between Ivy and Harley in live action. I am 100% for this because I hate the Joker-Harley relationship. Harley is one of my favorite characters, and I hate that relationship.
I think that relationship is good to set up Harley and Ivy.
Honestly,
just purely from a setup perspective. How it's being portrayed in movies and TV shows, or just in general?
Well, in general, it's a fucking horrible relationship.
It's the epitome of a toxic codependency.
It is it hasn't been in the comics for a long time.
Okay,
like Harley and Joker, they introduced Punchline to semi-replace Harley Quinn as the Joker's girlfriend, and Punchline is more of a I ain't taking your fucking shit kind of character. Yeah. And Harley the Joker gets mentioned every now and then, but it's Harley and Ivy.
Yep.
Has been for a long time.
Okay.
Now.
And it's a more interesting story, to be honest.
It really is. It really is a much, because Harley is the baddie who's kind of trying to be a goodie, whereas Ivy...
Oopsie.
Ivy doesn't give a fuck about humans.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't see herself as a baddie. She just doesn't care about humanity.
Yeah.
And so it's that interesting dynamic of Ivy's quite happy to kill people. She doesn't give a fuck. Whereas Harley is very much like she'll kill bad people, but she, struggles with it. Yeah. But then she loses her mind a couple of times and she goes even worse. But it's a really good dynamic in the comics, and the animated series does it so fucking well as well.
Yeah. No, I'm keen as long as happy for that casting choice. I think that would be fantastic.
I think she would play a good Ivy, man.
My only thing is I just need Margot Robbie to continue as Harley Quinn because I don't know who could replace that.
Honestly, yeah. Well, I mean...
It'll be hard.
Yeah. It would be very fucking hard.
It's one of those ones where it's like Hugh Jackman and Wolverine. I think it's just that match made in heaven for those actors and roles.
There are plenty of actors I could see doing it, but they're all going to be compared to Margot Robbie.
100%. And that's just the nature of the beast. Like, as soon as someone does something really well, that's the bar. Yeah. Until there's a new bar set.
Yeah. So IGN has come out and said that there's going to be a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week stream of The Simpsons coming to Disney Plus with 767 episodes of the long-running animated sitcom running chronologically at launch.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Simpsons.
Something interesting.
Why not?
I haven't seen any of the newer Simpsons in years. So I got this one sent in to me actually by Mr. Bevan Hall. So thank you very much for sending it through. But
2 mentions in one episode.
Wow, so bad news. Danny Philippou has had to detach from the series Gone. He was sincere in his desire to put work into it, but as frequently happens with Hollywood projects and scheduling was impossible. To bits here is Danny Filippo. Him and his brother did Talk to Me, one of the horror series that came out a couple of years ago, which was fucking fantastic. They're working on another movie at the moment, which the name has just alluded to me, but I'm so keen for it to come out.
Name?
Fuck you. So disappointing that he's not going to be involved in this, but I actually didn't know that they were doing a development of Gorn. Now, Gorn, or the Gorn series, I've spoken about a few times on the show, and I've actually said that I'd love to see an adaptation of it because I think it's got the premise to be a fantastic change from book onto screen. It's Michael Grant book series, and fuck yeah, like I'm keen for that factor alone. Disappointed that Filippo won't be in it, but won't be involved in it, but fucking bring it on.
We will be talking a little bit about a book adaptation later on in the episode.
Yes,
not that one, but a different one.
Yes.
Okay, so I've got a little piece of news.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got a little bit of news. So as we've talked about multiple times on this show, we've got the Gundam TCG that me and Brock are in love with, and it comes out in July in Australia. So we've got release dates for the future sets for the rest of this year.
Oh, really?
Keep in mind these dates will probably be Japan's dates, not ours. So we've got July, which is when we get Booster Packs 1 and the 4 starter decks. Yep. Then we get... on the 9th month, we get Starter Deck 5. 10th month, Starter Deck 6. 10th month, it's Booster Pack 2. Winter,
so we're getting a fair bit this year.
Winter 25-26, Starter Deck 7. Winter 25-26, Starter Deck 8. And Winter 25-26, Booster Pack 3.
Just tell me how much money I need to give you.
Well,
that's a lot.
This is Bandai, so they will be pumping this shit out.
Yeah.
Generally, we're probably going to get 4 Booster Packs a year, 4 sets a year. And each set generally will have 2 starter sets with it. Basically, your starter sets are going to be in Australia. They're going to range from $20 to $30 per starter set. That'll be a full playable deck. And then your booster packs, at the moment, they're going for $180 to $200 for a pack, for a box, which is pretty standard. It's pretty good. So
and you've also got the starter boxes, which are coming with
that's
a mini
only
for
the
the
first
future game.
4.
But
So the first 4, they're $70 a starter set.
So they're not doing it with the continued. The
I
next
believe it's only the first 4
right.
starter decks. So each one comes with a Gundam Assemble Mini.
Yep.
Which is their future miniature game that comes out next
AJ
year.
and Brock have twisted my arm and basically forced me to join in, or I'm off the show. So yes,
we gave you a game. You enjoyed it. It's a great game. So set 1, baby.
Yep.
Looking forward to that shit.
All right, so there is a Simpsons episode that starts with Homer talking to Lenny and Carl about a movie he saw, and he goes, "It's called the movie The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down," obviously referring to Speed.
It's about a bus, and that bus couldn't drop its speed below 40, and if its speed dropped below 40, it would blow up. I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down.
Well, IMDb, if you type in The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down, brings up Speed.
Okay.
That's good.
The Spider-Man Noir series may get a black and white release as well as a color release. Now, I always thought that being the Spider-Man Noir, like I thought it was going to be fairly dark anyways, in dark tones and whatnot, but it sounds like we are getting a black
one
and
of the
white
actors said that
awesome.
he saw some of the shots of it, and it was like, I actually thought it was some old show. The layering and things they've done to it make it look really good.
The thing about that a lot of people don't realize with black and white is most people are like, oh, you can just turn it black and white. And it's like, that's not how, like, you can do that. But if a movie's made to be black and white, it's shot to be black and white. And generally you'll shoot with different colors.
Because you'll have different lighting and all that sort of stuff.
The lighting's done different. Everything's done different. So a movie that's meant to be black and white will be shot differently to a colored film. So it's not going to look as good as it should. But in saying that, the Logan black and white edition, it was so good. Like, if you're going to watch a Logan again, fuck the color version off, watch the black and white version. So much better.
I didn't know there was a black and white version.
It came in the JB Hi-Fi limited edition one. Right. You can get it. I've got it. It's really, really fucking good. My turn? I think
sure.
So. Yep. Wake Up Dead Man is the new Knives Out mystery. It's coming to Netflix.
Okay.
So
I still haven't seen any of those, I don't think.
I think great.
The first one is
Maybe one
really
of them.
good. The Glass Onion, the second one was
I
all
loved
right.
the second
Yeah,
one.
it was
Yeah, it was
great.
great.
Second one, were they on an island?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that
It was
one.
Edward Norton.
That
was
one
the
went straight to
baddie.
Netflix.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
so
I've
this
seen
one.
that
They're all
one.
Netflix originals now.
Because that's why Daniel Craig said Netflix have a stupid model, but I'll keep making the movies while they pay me.
Yeah. So our cast so far is Daniel Craig, obviously, Chaley Spenay, who I've never heard of,
Keep it coming.
Andrew Scott, Kerry Washington, Josh O'Connor, Jeremy Renner, Mila Kunis, and Daryl McCormick.
Is there photos to go with those names? It's just Josh. No, that's not who I thought it
And for
was.
those of you watching, you can zoom in on that out of focus thing right there.
Fun fact.
Is it?
Yep. A lot of people don't realise that the same actor who played Wilson in the movie Castaway also played the volleyball in Top Gun.
Okay, that was a fun fact. I'll give you that.
Stick around for another week.
I'll give you 2 weeks for that one. Breaking news. Saw 11 has been cancelled.
Oh no! It should have been cancelled after the first one.
I don't mind the movies. I thought the latest one wasn't too bad, but it's being cancelled. It was meant to come out in September, so that's a very late cancellation.
So we've got Michael Sheen has created a new show where he essentially, it's a film for a Channel 4 documentary, Michael Sheen's Secret £1 Million Giveaway. It was a 2-year project where he to use £100,000 of his own money to buy $1 million worth of debt owed by about 900 people in South Wales, and then immediately cancel all the debt. And by law, he's not allowed to know who the people are. So essentially, the show is just him buying some debt.
Oh, so it's a TV show.
Yeah.
Because I seen a whole bunch of thing about like, oh, he's gone to and he's spent all his money and gotten rid of all these people's debt and whatnot. But there was no mention about a show because the news has been kicking around for weeks.
Yeah, so effectively, the people whose debt bought won't know until they watch the show.
Oh no, they'll know their debt's been cleared.
Yeah, but they won't know it was by Michael Sheen until the show.
Because the way debt works, and I'm not sure if it's the same in Australia, but in a lot of countries, essentially debt collector businesses can buy people's debt at a discounted price from whoever the debt's owed to. And essentially they can buy it at a discounted price and then turn around to you and say, I own your debt now. Instead of paying us $500,000, give us $200,000 because they might have bought it for $50,000 kind of thing. And that's how they make profit. And essentially that's what he's done, but he's just bought it and gone, all right,
Gone.
it's gone.
Yeah, right. There you go. Cool.
So, and by law, he's not allowed to know who the debt was. I'm not sure if it's the same in America, probably not. But in South Wales, he wasn't allowed to know who it was. So he's bought all his debt and just went, cleared. Don't know who you are, but congratulations, guys.
Nice. And he'll make squillions out of the TV show.
Probably, yep.
There's always a catch. So Mortal Kombat 2 will look more like will make the tournament look like a real life video game. Apparently, there'll be huge consequences.
Have you seen the promo picture that's coming out with Johnny yet?
Is it that one?
Yeah, it's great. He looks like he's an arrogant prick just from that one photo.
And for those that don't know, Carl Urban is cast as Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 2. So
Yes.
how can it be bad?
Exactly. He doesn't have much of that beard, though.
I wonder if
the
he's
boys.
I wonder if he's going to have his Kiwi accent or if he's going to be American.
I think he'll go American.
Because he's American in the games, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like it'd be. I'd love to hear but then you've also got Kano. But Kano dies in the first one, so whether they're going to bring him back.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I watched it not that long ago. He dies.
Okay. Yeah, right. So I thought he got fucked up, but he lived. But anyway,
no one
because I'm pretty
dies forever in
sure
movies, it's fine.
Sonya kills him and says
that's
flawless victory or some shit.
Yeah.
Back at the caravan park.
Now I thought this one was fun, but Ben Stiller is set to produce and appear in a comedy centered around the world of pickleball.
I saw this.
We spoke about this
I'm
last
so
year because I brought it
excited.
up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. But it's now got a set date for when
It's
they're
got a
filming
title as
something.
well.
Yeah. Anyway, it's called the Dink.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because when it came up the first time, it looked like it was going to be him playing Dwight Goodman from Dodgeball as his character, but it's more just they use that as a comparison of him entering sports comedy again.
Sure.
But yeah, I can't wait. Sounds fantastic.
We have a release date for Alice in Borderland Season 3.
September?
September 25th.
Yep.
Fucking cannot wait.
I've
such a good show.
I didn't realize that I hadn't seen season 2, so I've just started going through it now. I've watched 3 or 4
The
episodes.
funny thing was, because I've downloaded all the manga to read, but I haven't read them yet.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm the end of season 2. You watch and you're like, it ends.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, where's this? It can't go on. But then right at the end of it, it like zooms in on the table and you see the Joker cards on the table, and you're like, is it over?
Yeah, okay.
And then I like Google it. I'm like, no one's saying anything.
Yeah, see,
and then it got announced as the 3rd season. I'm like,
that's how a lot more shows should end their seasons. Because if it doesn't, oh well, you got a good ending.
Because it wraps all the characters' arcs up.
Yeah,
perfectly.
really?
It wraps the storyline up perfectly at the end of season 2. So I'm like, where is this going to go now?
It was so funny. As soon as I started watching this season, one of the first things that came into my head was, I wonder if they're going to have Jokers in this as well. It was literally one of my first thoughts. And I'm like, 3 or 4 episodes through.
I just realised what the book adaptations we're talking about later on, so never mind. So a fan met Wayne Knight at a convention and he asked, did he think that Dennis, his character from Jurassic Park, survived? And Wayne Knight has a theory. He said prior to his drive to the dock, Dennis had some chili and the rocking of the Jeep was the Dilophosaurus trying to escape Dennis's emissions, so he didn't actually die.
Dilophosaurus.
That's it, yeah.
There you go.
So Dennis is alive.
Yeah, I do actually. This isn't necessarily news or rumor or anything, but it's some IMDb scores for the highest rated episodes on IMDb. The reason I'm saying this is because we've recently got Invincible, which finished its season 3, and it is sitting on a very pretty 9.9 out of 10. And that is up with Ozymandias from Breaking Bad, which has a 10 out of 10. Connor's Wedding from Succession, which is a 9.9. Battle of the Bastards from Game of Thrones, 9.9. Victory and Death from the Clone Wars, which was the last episode, I believe, which is a 9.9. And Sozin's Comet Part 4 from Avatar and The Last Airbender.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. I have another little Invincible one.
Yep.
This is just a quick one. If you Google this, people at home, because it's kind of not funny without seeing the picture, but in China,
you'll show me.
They censor blood differently in cartoons. They turn the blood
video
white
games as well.
Oh, really?
And there's a scene in Invincible where Battle Cat gets blood all over his face and then licks it off his face.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of scenes in Invincible that it just looks like there's people rolling around in cum or getting cum blasted all over their face. It's quite hilarious.
I don't know if it's still happening, but no, in like games like WoW, when you die, obviously you turn into a skeleton on the ground. They turn into like loaves of bread and stuff like that. Like it's just
There you go.
I've got 2 Daredevil ones quickly. Daredevil will reportedly assemble a team of heroes to take on Kingpin. Obviously, the heavily rumour is that it's the Defenders coming back, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. And John Bernthal wasn't going to return as the Punisher for Daredevil because he wasn't happy with the direction until the reshoots came through. So
the reshoots. Full scrap and remake the entire fucking thing, apparently.
His appearance in episode 4 was fantastic.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Spoilers for those that haven't seen it. But
yeah, I've been enjoying the show so far. It's just got the right balance
That was some good fucking acting in that scene, man.
Yeah.
From both people.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Flipped, just turned and everything. It was great.
This episode, obviously, it's definitely kicking the gear of Fisk and Murdoch turning back to their original selves.
Yes, and we get, I think we get 2 episodes next week, so fuck yeah to that.
Do we? I didn't think we got 2 again till the end.
No, because I think they're doing 2, and then we get the last 3 individually.
You get 2 more, and then I'll have 2 more, and then we're good.
Jason,
get 2 more?
Jason
Sure.
Momoa confirms his Lobo will appear briefly in the DCU's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. It's a Supergirl movie, so it's great. I just come in for a little bit.
Beautiful. Quick ones. Mustard Entertainment is looking to buy the shelved Batgirl film clip from Warner Brothers. And some of the most exciting news for those Lego fans out there. Pikachu! Lego, the official license for Pokemon. They've stolen it from Mega.
Yeah. I'm amazed it's taken this long, really.
Well, Mega had it for 10 years.
But also, it's not until like mid-2026 or something like that, so it's still
Next
another 12
year,
months away, yeah.
Yep.
Adam Sandler has a bit of a fetish with V names. If you go through his movies, his love interests are Virginia Venet, Valerie Varan, Veronica Vaughn, Violet Van Patten, Vicky Valancourt, and Violet Valentine. And the other one is there is a documentary about a Goofy movie titled Not Just a Goof coming on Disney in April 7.
Cool.
Goofy's my favourite Disney character, so I'm more keen for that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just because we spoke about Daredevil a little bit, but I thought this was interesting. The Daredevil, as in the original Netflix series, saw a 153% boost in watch time on Disney following the release.
Yeah, I'd be one of those percent.
Yes.
And then apparently She-Hulk 2 is back in the works, but I don't know if this is one of those rumours that's just done the recycle. It's
I think it's
an
just
old one. But
I'd say so. Just because Daredevil's out, so they're recycling it.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to our next topic. Anime.
Now, preference this. This was not a Zach topic.
This was a Zach topic.
This was just following on from your list you've been creating. I sent you a list.
Okay, so as per the last couple of weeks, I've done some anime lists that we kind of listed the most pirated ones,
most bingeable,
best
yeah,
binge
pirated,
ones, best beginner ones.
that we pretty much all disagreed with.
Yep,
Yeah.
pretty much. So this one, Zach sent me a list. And it kind of got me thinking.
Don't throw your hands up. You did send him a list.
I sent him a list.
It got me thinking of a list for. So Zach sent me a list of fan service animes. So fan service, for those of you who don't know, generally animes where most of the time, not all of the time, most of the time it's like gratuitous shots up skirts or like butt shots and boob shots, stuff like that.
Teenage boys get very happy watching.
Yeah. There are ones where it's male versions of that as well. But obviously I probably haven't watched many of them. So what I've done is I've compiled a list of some animes that are fan service animes that are really good animes.
Yeah. And that was the list was, yes, fan service animes actually have good storylines.
Yeah. So a lot of the times people won't watch these because they are marketed.
Yeah, usually you see the first 10 minutes,
chibi,
it's too much and go, no, I'm turning this off.
So a lot of these animes, like some of them, yes, I preference. There are boobs, butts, all that kind of stuff in these animes. If you don't like that, you may not like them, but try and watch some of them to get the storylines are good. Okay, so the first, let's get that one because that's
watch
the
with
first
your
one.
kids.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got Witchblade. So Witchblade is an adaptation of the
comic,
Top Cow comic Witchblade of the same name. It's a girl who gets a mystical sort of armor that it's sentient and it encompasses her, and she kind of turns into a different person when it activates, and she goes around and kills people, people and stuff like that. Really, really good comic. One of my favorite comics ever made. They've just rebooted it. It's up to issue 10, I believe, of the new reboot. Still fucking great. They've just reintroduced the Darkness, who is her arch enemy / lover. A lot of the times he's like a mob boss who can control demons from the darkness and stuff.
It's always fun.
Great comic. The anime is 24 episodes long, I think, or something like that. It's very different from the comic. It's set in a Japan after an event happened that wiped out most of Tokyo.
Okay.
And it's based on this young woman who doesn't really remember her past, but she's got a daughter and child welfare's chasing her. And in amongst all this is this organization that are turning humans into living robots kind of thing. And essentially she has the Witchblade and she's got to try and stop these robot things, all whilst dealing with child welfare, trying to steal her child. When she transforms, it's very revealing. She has very big boobs. Quite often, a lot of people comment about her boobs and her scantily clad clothing, in a kind of very meta way.
Yep.
But yeah, it's a really, really good anime. Highly recommend it. It's got one season, and it's really, really good, especially if you like Witchblade, the comic. Triage X. This is a kind of weird one. So
to be fair, I didn't expect any of these to be not weird.
Yeah, true. In a deadly terrorist attack, Arashi Mikami narrowly escapes death but loses everything in the process, including his family and best friend. However, the surgeon that rescues him is far from just an ordinary doctor. He commands a strike team known as Black Label, whose task is to exterminate deadly criminals who have fallen too far. Filled with a new determination, Arashi joins the ranks of the vigilante organization. Black Label's targets are aplenty as evil scum lurks everywhere. Dangerous arms dealers, corrupt politicians, and shady gangsters all find themselves hunted by the extermination team.
So that premise sounds really good.
Yeah. And then it's wrapped in big boobs and scantily clothes.
Yeah.
Really, really good anime. Okay. Highly recommend it. It's really good. It's got one season as well. Food Wars. Now, we've mentioned Food Wars many times. I believe Food Wars even might be on Netflix. So a lot of people, this kind of takes the premise of When people eat food, they say, "Oh, this food is orgasmic." They take that term and literally up it to 11, where they eat food and their clothes explode off and they have orgasms whilst eating the food. It's all based on this one chef.
So the premise, if it's bad food, the clothes stay on then?
Probably. You don't ever see, there's never bad food.
They get more clothes.
Yeah. The premise based on...
what was it? Food Wars?
Food Wars.
The premise is based on this one young kid who works in a restaurant with his dad and he wants to be the best chef. He keeps trying to compete against his dad. And his dad gets called away to work in restaurants overseas. And when he's gone, his dad enrolls him in this school. And in this school, it's like the top cooking school in all of the world. And like 2% of the people that go there graduate. And he's like considered scum to them because he works in like a family little restaurant and stuff. He's not Michelin star, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it's just him working his way through. And it's really good how they show his thinking behind all the recipes and stuff, and it's quite a good anime. It has 5 seasons and 3 OVAs, so there's plenty of it to watch. No Game, No Life. We talked about this one last week. It was on a list. It's based in a world where instead of handling things with wars and stuff like that, it's all done with games.
Yep.
Really fun anime. It's got 1 season, 1 movie, and some specials. Freezing. Now this one is a little, it's over the top boobage. So this one is based on women who have the ability to, like, they have like these superpowers they use to fight like these evil monsters and stuff that come, and they use males as like
bait.
They're like, they can put up shields and stuff while the women attack, while the women fight, kind of thing. That's basically the male's role.
Operation Human Shield.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's all based in this school where they all train and stuff like that. But every time they fight, when they get hit, instead of like getting a bruise, their clothes rip.
Naturally.
So there is a lot of boobage in this anime, but it is a really good like story about Earth being invaded and having to fight off the monsters and stuff like that.
Right.
It has 2 seasons and 2 specials.
Okay.
Definitely don't watch that one with the kiddies.
I don't think any of them really.
Date Alive. So this series is it begins with a strange phenomenon called a spatial quake devastating the center of Eurasia, resulting in at least 150 million casualties. For the next 30 years, smaller spatial quakes plague the world on a regular basis. Shido is recruited by a company to make use of his mysterious ability to seal these spirits that are causing these spatial breaks. But he soon discovers that the only way to seal these spirits is to make them fall in love with him.
Can I ask, what's the name of the company that hires him? Because I saw you trying to read it and give up your company.
Ratatosker. Ratatata. It's called Ratatata. It's a good one. It's a good one. Recommend it. 3 seasons, 2 OVAs, and 2 movies. Ikki Tosen. So Ikki Tosen is based on a painting from China, like a really famous painting from China from like way back in the day. It's like this very famous thing. In the Kanto region of Japan, 7 high schools compete in a turf war for territorial supremacy. Neo Academy, blah, 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 the Holy Academies. The fighters of each school bear a sacred jewel called a magnetama, which contains the essence of warriors from the 3 kingdoms era of ancient China, 1800 years ago, as well as their fates. And it's basically these schools that just fight each other for control of territory and stuff like that.
Guess what it's known as in North America? Battle Vixens.
Yeah, the main character is a female, so and like they belt the living shit out of each other in this anime. Really good fight scenes, thoroughly enjoyable. Lots of bone breakage and stuff, but again, they get punched and their clothes rip. Because that's what happens when you get punched, your clothes rip. Is it wrong to try and pick up girls in a dungeon? Now, this one we've talked about before. I thoroughly enjoy this anime. It's really good. Essentially, the gods have come to Earth or whatever, Earth in this. Gods have come and they give up their ability to actually do magic and stuff, and they all start guilds. And these guilds go into a dungeon and try and get money and fame, blah, 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 blah. And obviously, the more fame that these the dungeoneers get, the more those gods are praised, etc., etc. And this one's based on this one god who has one person in her guild, and they're not very good. And he kind of goes in and he gets his ability where he learns faster and he can level up really quick.
Yep.
And eventually through the anime, their guild grows, blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
And he kind of, it's a bit of a harem-y kind of, so he gets more female guilds. He's in love with a girl in another guild, all that kind of stuff. And it's just really, really good. And like they go down the levels of the dungeon, and the further they go, the harder it is and more dangerous it is. But then they find out that some of the monsters actually can speak and have souls, and so they're trying to protect some monsters while killing other monsters and stuff. And then there's a Minotaur who the main character kills at the start, and he like reincarnated back into the dungeon, and all he just wants to do is fight him again. So he just keeps coming back after like another time, like just tries to fuck him up every single time, and it gets like hardcore. It's really, really enjoyable.
It's very similar to solo leveling.
It is very similar.
There's a bunch of them, like Log Horizon. There's a bunch of games like that where effectively they're sucked into that sort of video game-esque world and have to complete dungeons and stuff.
So yeah, it's
I like the concept. It's cool.
It's a really good anime. Highly recommend it. 5 seasons and 3 OVAs. There's from memory, no nudity in that one. It's just a lot of kind of like the girl bounces and her boobs like bounce 8 times kind of thing. Sure. The jiggle effect.
Yeah.
High School of the Dead. Fantastic anime. This one is about a group of high school kids who are in school when a zombie apocalypse breaks out and just wipes through all of Japan. And eventually it's just essentially following them as they're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening. Yep. We've talked about one scene in particular in this before with boob physics, where one girl fires a sniper rifle and the other one does like a Matrix-esque thing, and her boobs like swing as the bullet goes through them. It's over the top fan service, but it is
with
an
that
awesome zombie
scene
one.
alone, I agree.
Yeah.
Without having seen it,
it's an awesome zombie tale. Unfortunately, the guy who wrote the manga died. So it never got finished, and unfortunately the anime will never get finished. Sure. And it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, okay.
So it's a bit of a shame. Now the last one I'm going to talk about is quite possibly one of my favorite animes of all time, and everyone should watch this anime, whether you like fan service, you don't like fan service, whatever. This one is called Kill la Kill. So Hanjo Academy is a fictional high school situated in Tokyo Bay, Japan, on the island of Hono City. The school is dominated by its fearsome student council led by their president, Satsuki. The students wear Goku uniforms, which give their wearers superhuman abilities because they are constructed with a special material known as life fibers. Hanjo Academy and Hono City feature a stratified class structure in which higher-ranked students are allowed to obtain more powerful Goku uniforms, and this in turn affects their social status and the students' family status.
So they get Super Saiyan 1 uniforms, Super Saiyan 2
Basically,
uniforms.
yes. And the chick who runs it is like Iron Fist rule kind of thing. And then this young girl comes in. She thinks that this chick had killed her father. And the first episode she goes in, she challenges that, and she gets her ass handed to her.
Naturally.
And then she goes to where her dad used to live, falls through the floor, and she finds a Goku uniform herself, but it's sentient and talks to her. And so when she wears it and she goes to challenge him again.
Ultra instinct.
And as she does, it bites into her and like gets her blood and then transforms, and she goes essentially like a Super Saiyan style thing. And she has what's called a scissor blade. So it's a giant scissor that is a sword. And she essentially, it's like pretty much game style where she fights the weak one and the next strong one and the next strong one, blah, 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 until she gets to the end kind of thing.
Yep.
And the fights are fucking amazing. The artistry in it is amazing. The fan service part of it is essentially when her uniform goes into like fight mode, it's basically a Borat G-string.
Sure.
And the same with the leader chick. When she does hers, it's a Borat G-string, basically. But everything about it is so fucking good, and the ending is amazing. And it's like 26 episodes or something like that. It's not adapted from anything. It was 100% original anime. It is fucking amazing, and I recommend it for everyone to watch it.
Okay. If you missed any of those, we'll get the list, put it together, and we'll get it out on the social medias.
Yep. Watch them if you don't care about it. If you do care about it, watch them anyway. Just watch over your shoulder.
Well, I said fan service is a thing that's basically embedded into most animes.
Most animes have it. These are like a bit more over the top.
I'd say like because One Piece didn't necessarily have it at the start, but as it progressed, especially after the time skip, it's definitely there with characters like Nami, for instance. But even like
Nami's boobies grew.
and grew. And then
I don't think they've stopped.
And they grew a little bit more. But yeah, like even in Fairy Tale, there's a bit of fan service in there.
Fairy Tale is considered a fan service anime as well.
Yeah. Outside of one character, I really wouldn't have said that, but yeah, fair enough.
Oh, there's a lot of other characters, but they're like only in and out characters, not main characters. Yeah, so that is the list. What do you want to jump on to next? Do you want to jump on to sequels or you want to jump on to the book?
Go sequels.
Okay, let's go this one.
Because I haven't read the book or watched the show.
Okay, so I thought it would be fun because I think it was a Watch Mojo clip about sequels. And I thought, you know what? That's a fun little topic that we've never really covered. And that is...
Other than Sequelize It, where we create our own.
That's it. These are real sequels. And it's kind of... We just thought 5 sequels that people should watch.
Okay, so it's 5 sequels that are underrated or should watch? Because very different... I've got very different lists there.
However you wanted to do it. My list was sort of underrated, unknown, and just plain good.
Okay. I think mine end up being a bit of they're good sequels, but also a bit of underrated because, the term underrated meaning to me like some sequels like, Two Towers, for instance. I think Two Towers is better than The Fellowship of the Ring, but therefore I don't think it's also underrated because I think most people... maybe not everyone, but it's a fairly...
Because Return of the King is better than all of them.
Yeah, well, and again, it's a sequel that's better than the original. So, just because I think the sequel is better doesn't necessarily make it underrated.
Yeah.
I think underrated, it's sort of got to be good, but not...
Generally, I find underrated are like ones that people don't know exist or kind of watched it once and were like, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I just... put 5 down that I figured let's talk about for no fucking reason other than
That's
that.
what I thought you wanted to. Who wants to go first?
Look, I'll go first purely because I'm going to rattle off my little honourable mentions about sequels that I just fucking would have loved to have talked about but wanted to step a little bit away from. Well, they're great. Number 1, Dark Knight. I mean, it is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, see, that was the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah, and I didn't put it in there to talk about further because, I mean, it's not underrated. Most people have seen it, et cetera, et cetera. But, I mean, there's a couple of other ones. I mean, Split from the Unbreakable trilogy. I just loved more so the concept around that. Like, you genuinely didn't know it was a sequel until the movie came out. And it sort of got that correlation towards the back end of it. I love the way that was done. What else we got? The Star Trek revamp, I loved the second one, Into Darkness, with All Around Khan. And my understanding is that when we had all the older Star Trek shows out as well, I think it's The Wrath of Khan back in the 80s, it was one of the biggest of all of them back in the day as well. And then 28 Weeks Later, fucking fantastic. We've got 28 years later coming out later this year, so fuck yeah for that. And the other one that I figured I'd throw in there because there's 45,000 of these movies, which is the Fast and Furious movies. I genuinely really enjoyed number 4 when it came out, which was sort of the...
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious, which was sort of like that redo. I think that was the last movie that just had a good progressive story.
In all honesty, I would chuck Tokyo Drift on there.
I was debating between Too Fast, Too Furious and Tokyo Drift because I think they both...
I think Tokyo Drift was a good movie. It just... It shouldn't have been called Fast and Furious.
Which is fair enough.
Yeah, so, and they were two that I put down for being underrated because I think they were good, but they just weren't the first one that had other problems.
But now that they've like retconned it into the story, it makes it even better.
100%. But then on the note of Too Fast, Too Furious, that movie was so bad. It's horrible. I remember going back and watching a little while back when I think we were up to like 5 or 6. I'm like, fuck it, I enjoyed the original ones. I watched the first one, I'm like, fuck yeah. Watched the second one, I'm like, oh my God, what is this?
See, that's why I kind of liked it because it was still car-ish, but had that humour and sort of the wackiness to it that then has obviously just gotten out of hand now.
I can't believe that fucking old mate, his name Ty? I can't believe his comedy has not changed since then. It's like, it's the same shitty one-liners the whole way.
Same character. Has not changed a bit.
See, in Too Fast, Too Furious, you watch it back and you see him and you're just like, oh, what the fuck? But then, because he's continued doing it, you're like, that's his gimmick. And it actually got funnier.
See, it's underrated.
No, Too Fast, Too Furious is not underrated. It was just shit.
On your first one.
Oh, yeah, I got to do one, don't I? Why did I pick this one? I did Predator 2.
Bitch, I had that too.
Oh, I love Predator 2.
Now, I threw this...
I think it's better than the first.
I agree. Now, I put this on there because a lot of the times I've spoken to people about just Predator and how we've got all the newer movies. I mean, we've got Prey, we've got Predators, we've got the AVP franchise and whatnot. And then and then people say like, oh yeah, and they've got the Arnie one from back in the 80s. I said, oh yeah, they've also got the one with Danny Glover. And everyone's just like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, fucking go watch it. It is incredible. Yep. I mean, unless you were sort of around that sort of time frame of being able to watch it. Like I didn't watch it until I was maybe 11, 12, 13, something like that.
Yeah, same.
And it came out in 1990. But it was a great movie. Fucking fantastic movie.
Exactly as you said, people think Predator, they think straight to the Arnie one. They don't think about the second one. So that's why I put that one down for being underrated as well.
Exactly, 100%. It was underrated. I don't really know at the time.
And it was one of the first ones to start building the world.
Yes.
Because at the end of it, when he gets on the spaceship, it's got the alien skull on the wall.
Alien skull on the wall. It's got a couple of other little bits and pieces that tied in. Like it just expanded that universe.
And the gun in that one is the gun from the Prey era, I think, from memory.
I can't recall. It's been a while since
I watched the gun he gets is the same, is like the gun from the era that Prey's based, I believe. I can't remember. There's a connection there with the gun somehow. Might have been in the comics. I'm not sure.
Okay. But in any case, that was one on my list because it was fucking fantastic. If you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. It is very, very good.
All right. I've got The Rage, Carrie 2.
I'm not going to know any of the ones that AJ talked about.
Is this
here.
from back like the original or the original, like the 80s?
This is the actual sequel to the original Carrie.
See, I haven't actually seen the original movies. Because it was the 80s, yeah?
So this is directed by Kat Shea, who directed Poison Ivy and Strip to Kill 2. Written by Rafu Morey. It's a sequel to Carrie, obviously. Stars Emily Burgle, Jason London, Dylan Bruno, J. Smith Cameron, Amy Iving. And Amy Iving is... she was the actress in the original Carrie, who was one of Carrie's friends. So basically, this is set in 1999 America, supernatural horror film directed by blah, blah, blah. Where are we? The film was originally titled The Curse and did not have connections to the Carrie novel or film, but was eventually rewritten to be a direct sequel to the film. The plot follows a younger half-sister of Carrie, who also is suffering with telekinesis and finds out her best friend's suicide was spurred on by a group of popular classmates who exploited her for sexual gain.
Yeah, right.
And then shit goes downhill and there's razor blades flying through the air and cut people's heads in half. And
because they tried to revamp it, didn't they? Recently, they did.
Chloe Moretz.
Yeah, she
played
did.
Carrie in the remake.
I remember
it wasn't
watching
horrible.
It. I remember watching it.
It was pretty much a pretty accurate retelling of the original movie. I've never read the book, so I can't tell you how different it is from the book, but it was pretty good. Like it was because it was basically the first movie remade.
It wasn't memorable for me.
Yeah, it's because it was essentially the first movie remade. Yeah. But that first movie had that 80s
grit
thing, that thing that all those 80s horror movies had. That just went. Even now when you watch them, you go, "Oh wow!"
Yeah.
And like nowadays, you watch new horror movies and it just doesn't. They don't have that thing that the 80s horror movies had. I don't know what it is about it, but they just didn't. And like, obviously, this is nowhere near as good as the original.
Yeah.
But it is one of those movies you can chuck on. You're like, that was enjoyable. Yeah, the main chick is, I can never remember. She's in lots of stuff, like bit acting and stuff. But she looks like the Shirley from Garbage, the lead singer of Garbage.
Okay.
She looks like her in this movie, especially. But yeah, Carrie 2, The Raid.
Going very different. Home Alone 2. I think it's great. I personally think it's better than the first, but I definitely know a lot of other people that say the first is better and the second obviously is. It's the second. It's the same movie, just in a different city.
I honestly think I've watched number 2 more times than I've watched number 1.
I just think number 2 improved on what number 1, the few flaws from number 1, but effectively it's the same movie, just wrapped in New York rather than their
has a bigger playground for him to play in.
But yeah, I think it's definitely a sequel everyone should be watching.
I agree with that.
I really have much more notes than that because it's
everyone sees it
speaks for itself.
All right, I threw this one on because when I first seen it way back in the 90s, I didn't know it was a sequel and it was fucking fantastic. But Terminator 2: Judgment Day. So
That's fair. I did not know that was a sequel either when I watched it the first time.
When I first watched it, I was just like, oh, Judgment Day, cool. Watch it. I'm like, fuck yeah, robots, Arnie's in it, doing all this shit. He's scared of Arnie, fuck knows why. Oh, it's because he's a big bastard and he's a robot. And then like you had the T-1000 coming through. You're just like, fuck yeah. Like it was just a great movie.
It works so well as a standalone film.
It did. It really, really did. And then it wasn't until many years later where I found out it was a sequel. Like I can't remember who it was. Someone just said, oh, yeah, the original. I'm like, original? What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, in all honesty, I reckon I've probably watched the number one maybe twice.
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
I've watched Judgment Day. Could not tell you how many times.
I agree. I'm in the same boat. Fucking fantastic movie. Go back and watch it. Like I will go back to all of those movies at some point in time. Like some of them obviously don't hold up as good as the other ones, but I think the best movie throughout all of them is Judgment Day.
I was going to throw Terminator Salvation onto the list.
I thought that was good.
I didn't mind that one with Christian
Bale.
Bale.
It wasn't a horrible movie.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
But again, that's why I was trying to find ones that sort of fell into that ones of probably not as good, but definitely worth that watch, being that underrated category.
Well, see, it was good. Salvation, I found I like Salvation because they tried something different.
Yes.
They didn't try and just remake Terminator 2, which every other Terminator has been trying to remake Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember the name. All I remember was Terminator Christian Bale. So
That's also the one where on the set he goes off at the guy, the lighting guy. There's a really famous recording of it. It's like being on like Family Guy and everything, and he full fucking abuses this lighting guy.
Wasn't there a thing that came out where it was about him feeling massive pressure? Because it wasn't that long after The Dark Knight came out or something like that, and he was getting flack. Like, and
it was around the time where he was like the hot thing.
And one of the memes was coming out saying, Heath beat you on this, who's going to beat you on Salvation or something like that, and then it like cracked the shit. So there was a few memes kicking around about that one. But one interesting thing I did see or find out about Judgment Day was the actor Edward Furlong, who played the young kid, John Connor. I didn't realize he was actually he was on to do number 3 and return as John Connor. So he was on, he was booked, he was ready to go, but he has had a long time within his life, unfortunately battling substance abuse.
Drug addiction. Yeah.
So he was using at a time, and it voided his contract, and that's why they actually got they recast it. So he was on, ready to go, and we would have had him like sort of continuing through, but unfortunately because of the demons he was battling, we got.
Well, he's clean and sober now.
Yes,
I can tell you that because I've been watching. He's been on a couple of panels and stuff like that I've seen him on. Yeah. All right, my number 2 is The Bourne Legacy.
I know this one.
Yeah.
I fully didn't expect to not know any of yours.
The revamp?
This is the Jeremy Renner one.
Yep.
So it's not actually a revamp. It is a sequel.
Oh,
it
yeah,
carries
you know
on
what I mean.
from the third one, The Bourne Ultimatum.
But it was like a 10-year gap or something
Basically,
like that?
it was Tony Gilroy directed it. He did Duplicity. He directed Duplicity.
Yep.
He also wrote it with his brother Dan Gilroy. They have written all of the Bournes.
Nice.
They did the story for Armageddon. They wrote The Great Wall and, in my opinion, one of the best Star Wars films, Rogue One. It is a sequel to The Bourne Ultimatum. Stars Jeremy Renner, Rochelle Quiez, Edward Norton, Scott Glenn. When the actions of Jason Bourne spark a fire that threatens to burn down decades of research across a number of secret intelligence agencies, Eric Breyer, Edward Norton, the man who built the programs, decide he must sacrifice one of them. Outcome, Aaron Cross, e.g. Jeremy Renner. One of the outcomes, 6 agents, the research scientist Marta Shearing, Rachel Weisz, go on the run when Breyer targets them for termination, but Cross proves to be to be far deadlier of a target than Breyer realizes. I really enjoyed this one.
It was.
I think a lot of people didn't watch it because it wasn't compared to Jason Bourne movie. And also it borrows the name from the Bourne Legacy book, but does not follow the story in the slightest bit. It's name only, because originally the movie was set to star Matt Damon, but the director who directed all the Ultimatums, all the Bourne films, pulled out, and Matt Damon said, if he's not doing it, I'm out.
So did he come back for the last one then?
So the director came back, so that meant Matt Damon came back. Sure. He said, I will only do it if he directs it.
Yeah, sure.
Kind of thing. So he pulled out, so they've gone, all right, So they just wrote a completely new story
Yeah, right.
and just made it like a side character kind of thing.
Side quests.
And I really enjoyed it. It's a great film, and I think a lot of people didn't watch it because it wasn't Matt Damon in the Bourne movies.
See, I watched the Bourne trilogy, the first
I
like
love
3.
the Bourne films.
I couldn't get into it as much as because there was so much hype around it when I was starting to watch it. And so I tried like 3 or 4 times to watch the first one through. I was kind of like, right, I got to the end, cool. Like I just didn't.
Is the weaker of the 4 Bourne movies.
And then I watched the second one, and again, it just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't do something for me. Like of the 5 movies that we now have, Legacy is probably the one that I preferred of all of them.
Yeah, Legacy was great. I thoroughly enjoyed Legacy. It was a really, really good film. If you haven't watched it and you like the Bourne movies, watch it. Give it a shot. It is a great action film.
And there was 5 years in between Ultimatum and Legacy.
There you go.
My number 2, Top Gun Maverick. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's quite good. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of it compared to the original, but yeah,
I think that's a nostalgia thing where people don't like it as much as the original.
But
it's a fantastic film.
Yeah, and I think it holds its own. Really, I don't. I think it's a sequel enough and standalone enough that you don't really need to have watched the first one.
Oh, you don't
to
need to
get
at
it.
all.
Like it drops the Easter eggs in that you need to for those nostalgia fans, but. Yeah, overall, I thought it was a great movie. I think it's holds its own. And
It was very well made, especially considering it was meant to be made long before it got released, but it's because Tony Scott committed suicide.
Yeah, right.
Tony Scott's the person who did the first one.
Yep.
Ridley's brother.
Yep.
And it got delayed for a long time. I don't know if the story changed after that. I'm guessing it probably did. But it was a fantastic movie. I loved it.
Yep.
So
even the more bullshit parts, like the start with the going faster than speed of light kind of thing. And it was, I loved every part of it.
Unpopular opinion, I do not like Top Gun.
The first one?
Nope. No, like it.
It's a chick flick.
Watched it. I'm thinking this is crap. This is just I actually do not like that movie whatsoever.
Well,
I remember Shan put it on and said, "No, you need to watch it through." Because I watched like 10 minutes at once, and I'm like, "This is crap." And then I watched the whole thing through, and I got to the end, and I said, "That's fucking rubbish." Yeah, it's just a couple guys flying their planes around trying to swing their dicks.
Well, the first movie is the first movie is essentially a romance movie, which is then disguising naval employment movie.
Yeah,
because that's what it was. They released it, and the naval inquiries and sign-ups went up.
Yeah, because, hey, look at us. We're pilots out in the Navy and whatnot. We're going to fuck around and do whatever the fuck we want and play chicken and then just go about and do it the next day as well.
And then fight undescript
I couldn't
villains.
stand the fucking movie.
But
anyways, the second one came
one.
out. Second one, I had too much angst from the first one, so I watched it. It was definitely better than the first one. But again, I think it was better because it had a bit more story to it.
100%
It actually
it did.
had something to actually delve in behind them flying planes, and I thought that was why it was better than the original.
Yeah.
But because of my angst for the first one, I was just fuck it.
I love the whole behind the scenes of that thing as well. Oh, the behind the scenes is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like all those actors are in planes.
Yeah.
They're pulling fucking G's, and like. There's scenes where they put them in the movie. The part where they're flying up and they do the flip over the canyon and come down. There's a scene that is in the movie, and I can't remember who it is. And he's about to pass out, and like you see his eyes rolling back, and that's him, like about to fucking be
I think that was
unconscious.
Tom Cruise, that part, I think.
Was it?
No, it's not Tom Cruise.
No, it's not Tom Cruise.
It's one of the other
Mark
pilots. Yeah,
Yeah.
Actually, it's the part where they're coming out of the canyon, about to get shot by the missiles. And they're like pulling like 9 Gs or some shit.
Yeah.
And the dude's like eyes are just rolling in the back of his head. It's like that actually happened. And just the way they set up all the cameras and stuff, because they're obviously not flying the planes. They're just in the cockpit behind the pilot.
Yeah.
And the way they've set up the cameras and stuff is to make it look like they're in the front part of the cockpit and stuff. It's brilliant. And then they just go up and they fly for like half an hour and they just had to act all their scenes out. The director couldn't talk to them or anything.
Of course.
So it was just like they had to do their lines. They go up there, they act all those parts out and stuff and come back, and that's what we got.
All right, that's a retake.
Fingers crossed. But yeah, no.
Imagine the fuel burnt.
I think it was, definitely a quality sequel that people should be watching.
Yep.
Cool. Doctor Sleep.
Oh, yes. Dr. Sleep. Shit, I forgot about Dr. Sleep.
Yeah, so this one came out in November 2019. It was by Mike Flanagan. Brought us things like Haunting of Hill House, Haunting of Bly Manor, Fall of House of Usher, Hush, Oculus. Great name in the horror universe. Starring Ewan McGregor, Rebecca
Wait, before you say,
Ferguson.
do you know what this is a sequel to?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So a sequel to The Shining.
Do you know what The Shining is?
I know of it.
Okay.
Here's
Stephen
Johnny.
King. Yeah. Stephen King movie from way back when. Brilliant movie. Like it didn't get much of
They didn't market it.
They didn't market it through its box office. It did. They reported that it was disappointing because that year they also released It 2, and they also released.
How do you compete with that? That's like one of the most famous fucking Stephen King novels versus
and Pet
one of the unknown Stephen King novels.
and Pet Sematary. So those two did quite well. This one didn't. It was also the year that COVID started ramping up.
Yeah.
So I think that may have played into it from a box office perspective at least. But yeah, incredible movie. I think it was a great pickup from...
Oh, so it's only recent.
2019.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's based on the child from the first Shining.
first movie, yeah.
He's now old.
Yep.
And
Alcoholic.
Yeah,
Struggling
alcoholic.
with his life
He's
generally.
Understandable.
he's
really,
having
from the first one.
visions. He's got PTSD from the first one, all that kind of stuff. And then
I
he
think-
ends up having to go back to the mansion.
Yeah.
And
And I think that was really well done because a lot of the time it's sort of like, oh, I'm struggling with what I went through and then now I'm fine. With this one, it's like a genuine struggle through the whole movie and highlighting like his
I think
alcoholism.
a lot
I think
of-
that was really well done.
a lot of the problem around the movie was a lot of people just thought it was like a cash grab sequel. When it's not. It's actually based on a sequel book that Stephen King wrote.
But the book, I think, may have been a bit of a cash grab.
Oh, of course.
because
Every Stephen King book is a
Yes.
fucking cash grab.
But he also wrote it. That's also super recent. He only wrote it in 2013. So, like, it's super recent book, wrote the book, and then someone goes, hey, we've got a movie. So, like, you've got that element to it. But in any case, like, Stephen King, he fucking knows how to write. And, yeah, I thought it was a brilliant movie.
It's a really enjoyable movie.
Really, really enjoyable.
Yeah,
Get out,
it's
watch
really
it if you
good.
haven't.
It is very much if you haven't seen The Shining, there's no
doesn't
point
matter.
watching. No, there's no point watching. In my opinion,
Really?
you needed to know what happens in The Shining. You needed to have watched The Shining to get it.
I think you can watch it without watching The Shining, but watching The Shining is far better for your
Yeah.
experience.
Fair enough. All right, my next one is The Huntsman. The winter, I believe, is the
Winter
second.
Soldier.
The
Not
second name
Winter
is the
Soldier,
Winter
the-
War.
That's Captain America.
Something winter. It's the winter something.
Winter something, really. So this one is
Wasn't
the
too bad.
sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman.
There we go.
So obviously a lot of people didn't watch this movie because it was the sequel to a fucking horrible film where the best part of that film was The Huntsman.
I didn't hate the first one, but you're right.
Yeah.
The Huntsman was the best part.
So this one is
It's Hemsey, yeah?
Yeah, so this one is directed by Cedric Nicholas Troyan, written by Evan
Just Evan.
Evan Spiliotopoulos.
Evan S.
And Craig Mazin. It is the sequel to Snow White and the Huntsman, obviously, starring Chris Hemsworth, Charlize Theron, Emily Blunt, Nick Frost, Sam Claflin, Rob Brydon, and Jessica Chastain.
So they had a fucking cast.
Yeah. So it's based on, the story is betrayed by her evil sister, Ravener, Charlize Theron, heartbroken Freya, Emily Blunt, retreats to the Northern Kingdom to raise an army of huntsmen as her protectors. Gifted with the ability to freeze her enemies in ice, Freya teaches her young soldiers to never fall in love. When Eric, Chris Hemsworth, and fellow warrior Sarah defy the rules, the angry queen does whatever she can to stop them. A war between the siblings escalates. Eric and Sarah try to end Ravana's wicked reign.
So wait, who's Sarah?
That is Chastain. Jessica Chastain.
No, in the movie, is she one of the?
She's a huntsman as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're both huntsmen and they fall in love. The queen gets pissed off and...
I haven't seen it in a while. I'm going to go watch it again.
It was really good.
I hate
and like
to watch it because that confused me a little bit.
Charlize Theron's character is the Wicked Witch from Snow White.
Yeah.
And like this witch is her sister. Kind of thing. It's a really enjoyable movie. It was really, really good. And it's a shame that people didn't watch it because of the other horrible fucking movie.
It's almost like a Brothers Grimm telling of Snow White.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you got, Zachariah?
Indiana Jones, and there was two of them I was going to throw out. Last Crusade, and actually I think that it got movie.
Don't say it. Don't
Oh,
say
no,
it.
stop.
He's going to
there.
say it.
Don't say
No,
it.
say it. You've started.
Crystal Skull. To be fair, I shit on this.
Russian accent in a movie.
I shit on this movie from a great height when it came
It's
out.
because it's bad.
But
Have you seen
I
the
watched-
late? Before
No,
we get to
I
that,
have
have you
not.
seen the latest one?
No, because of that one.
worse. It's actually
heard that.
fucking worse.
I've heard that.
It is
There was-
so bad. Anyway,
I saw a quote from a panel with Harrison Ford. He's like, "Are you just trying to reboot all your franchises?" He's like, "You bet your ass
Bet your
I am."
ass I am.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll focus on Last Crusade because that was the main one I had done anyway.
Good.
Yeah, I know 1 and
Last
2.
Crusade is fucking amazing.
Yeah, I know 1 and 2 usually get all the plaudits and what people talk
Wait, isn't
about.
Last Crusade the second one?
Last Crusade's the third one with Sean Connery as the dad. It's Raiders of the
I
Lost
thought
Ark and Temple of Doom.
I thought Temple of Doom was the third one.
no, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and then,
then Last Crusade.
I thought Temple of Doom was the third. There you go.
No, but yeah, so Last Crusade, it's got a good plot, I think. It's a storyline that's easy to sort of follow and for the average archaeologist fans to get into with the Holy Grail.
All those archaeologist fans.
Yeah.
They're going out to watch Indiana Jones.
I get into archaeology because of Indiana Jones.
Hey, mate, it's a good movie.
I still remember, I believe it was McDonald's back in the day. You could, if you got a meal, you could buy the VHS for like $8 or something like of all the different Indiana
right.
Jones, and I had them
I
all
remember like Pizza
from
Hut doing that stuff.
It might have been Pizza Hut,
That-
and they
Pizza Hut
came in like
dominated
the
the movies,
slipcase
yeah.
style VHS ones and stuff.
But yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. For me, it's the Last Crusade is my favorite of the original 3. But yeah, I enjoy it.
Mine's Temple of Doom. I
Yeah, and
love
that's why I
Temple
think
of Doom.
that's why I put this one down because I think most people enjoy Raiders or Temple the most. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed Last Crusade.
I think most of your fans are like Raiders. Raiders will never be beat, kind of thing. And I personally think Temple is the best.
And is it? I think it's Raiders, the one where like someone's come out and made the comment that like literally Indy is pointless and irrelevant to the whole movie. Like everything he does actually has no impact.
Most of the movies, he's
It's
pointless
something
in
like
this.
you take him out and every single event would still occur
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's quite funny.
But yeah, all right, that's my third.
All right, what do you got?
Bit of a fucking left field one here.
I'm intrigued.
Babe, Pig and City.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
Oh, I thought you were going to go Return of Jafar. Actually,
I
yeah.
fucking thrashed this movie when
Yeah,
I was
so
a kid.
did I.
I've seen it a lot. I think I
Now-
may have seen it once.
Now, I don't know if it has held up at all because I have not watched it in fucking years.
Did Robin do the voice in
Yes.
all the
Yeah,
sequels?
yeah.
No, he didn't do it in Return of Jafar.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, he didn't. It was someone else that did it in the TV shows and
I knew
Jafar.
someone else did it in the TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came back for King of Thieves.
Yeah. It slapped. It was fucking great. I remember having this on pretty much every single day. It didn't get any theatrical release. It
Yeah, it was direct to video,
Yep,
yeah.
straight to VHS. And it was great. I loved it. I mean, it was all about the story of the 40 thieves and the king of the 40 thieves, and they come through, steal something from Aladdin or the castle, as Aladdin's next in line to be the whatever the fucking thing's the leader of the people there, the king,
The Sultan.
that's it.
Yeah, because it was for the wedding. It was his wedding to Jasmine.
Yeah, and they end up going in search of the golden.
The hand that
Yeah.
basically
The golden goose.
Yes.
transmutes and it touches into pure gold.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. Yep.
And then
And-
you've got the king's right-hand man obviously then gets upset when the king has some emotions towards Aladdin and all these sort of things. So, but yeah.
When I was having a look, I found one guy. His name is Frank Welker. So he was one of the voice actors in here. And I don't know if it's true or not, but apparently this guy is the 4th highest grossing actor as of 2024 with everything that he's done from voice acting and appearances and appearing in live action and whatnot. So the 4th highest grossing. And I had a look at the stuff he's been in fucking everything, like from Transformers to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to whatever you name it, he's probably been in some way, shape or form. And even like when I say Transformers, I mean the most recent live action movies, and he played like half the robots
Nice.
and whatnot. But I then clicked on said list and he wasn't on it, because the list doesn't include highest overall for all of your things. It just went straight to
Top bill.
movies.
Yeah.
And the movies, it was like it was pretty much Marvel. Just all the Marvel people. But anywho, yeah, Aladdin, check it out.
All right. Mine is The Devil's Rejects. Now, this is a film written and directed by Rob Zombie. It is the sequel to his directorial debut, House of a Thousand Corpses.
I've heard of that movie. I haven't heard of the sequel.
House of a Thousand Corpses it's out there, gore, horror, like body horror kind of style thing. It wasn't it was a good movie, but it wasn't a great movie.
He came out and said, I'm going to make a movie.
Yeah.
And he made a movie. He goes, that is exactly how I wanted it to be. And it was fucking out there.
And Devil's Rejects is a direct sequel to it, which a lot of people didn't realize it was a sequel. It's a highly praised film as well. It is based on the family from House of a Thousand Corpses. So after a raid of the rural home of the psychopath Firefly family, two of the members, Clan, Otis and Baby, manage to flee the scene, heading to a remote desert motel. The killers reunite with Baby's father, Captain Spaulding, who is equally demented and intent on maintaining their murder spree, while the trio continue to torment and kill various victims. The vengeful sheriff, Wydell, slowly closes in on them. And it's kind of like a cat and mouse movie where the baddies are like running, but whilst they're running, they're murdering people, and then the cops chasing them, and he's just a vengeful motherfucker and just wants to kill them because they're murdering people, and it's really good. Stars most of the actors. There's like really famous. The guy that plays Captain Spaulding is Sid Haig. He's a really famous horror actor. Yep. You'd know him if you saw him. And Sherry Moon plays Baby, who is Rob Zombie's wife.
Yep.
Really, really, if you like action horror, it's a great film.
I have to go look.
It's by far one of Zombie's best. It is his best original film, and one of his best films, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think I know who that actor is.
You would have seen him in stuff. He's been in lots of stuff, not just horror, but he's very famous for horror.
I've probably seen him. He hasn't probably been the main actor. Yeah. My next one is, I'm going to throw the Bad Boys out there. I was going to say Bad Boys 2, but I don't think that one's underrated.
Yep.
I'd probably say
Bad Boys 2 is the best by far.
I'd be saying Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys 3, I just don't think was very...
Is that the most recent?
That was the most recent one.
I really enjoyed it.
I haven't watched it.
I think it's another one where Bad Boys 3, I think, was a bit of the cash grab, where it just came back out. It was good, but it was a bit more corny.
I don't think it was a cash grab. I think it was more they came in and they tried to replicate Bay without Bay.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
But yeah, I think Bad Boys 4, I think, had a much better storyline.
Yep.
The action scenes were actually a little bit more plausible for those two actors and stuff. I had the scene with the son-in-law, which was fantastic. Him just kicking ass in the scene.
I haven't seen him.
So, the son from the number 2, when he enters the door, is like, Ma, her uncle's been in jail, motherfucker. He'll kill you. It's like, you look like a ludicrous looking motherfucker.
Yeah. So he's
now
Marine
married
or something
to the
now.
daughter.
Sure.
He's old and he's a Marine.
Yep.
And there's a scene in it where they're hiding, but these people break into the house and they're watching via the security cameras.
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there playing video games and gets the tip off that there's people coming and goes into fucking Marine mode and basically stashes the family in a cupboard and
it just starts murdering people, and it's all shown through the security cameers.
Yeah.
It's fucking intense.
So the son-in-law's doing that.
Yeah. And then the commentator's like, it's behind you. Oh, damn.
Oh, fuck. He's And then right at the end of it, he looks at the camera and does like the military salute to the camera, and they're like, fucking yes.
And at the end of the movie, they're like, all's good. They're having like a family barbecue, and Martin Lawrence is there cooking the barbecue, and he comes over and he goes, can I cook my chicken? He's like, hell no, this is my grill. And Will Smith goes, you remember what he did, didn't you? Here you go, mate. Here, have it all. It's your grill.
And like it cuts like slow pan into his face, and he just looks at the camera and he goes, and just does a little smile.
But yeah, I think
awesome.
I definitely think because number 3 wasn't as good. I think a lot of people just weren't expecting a lot from 4.
It
but
also
4 was quite
came
good.
out. I think it came out just around the whole Will Smith bitch slap situation.
Yeah. Number 3.
Number 4. It was.
Yeah.
Number 4 was super more recent than that.
It's one of his more well-known movies that's come out since the slap.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. But it's great. Martin Lawrence is back in form in it because he wasn't really in form in the third one. This one, he's back to being
only
Lawrence.
there a little bit.
Yeah, it's good. I highly recommend it.
Have you watched the TV show with his sister?
Yeah, I liked it.
Is it
I
good?
really like it. It got cancelled after 2 seasons. It was Jessica Alba and the chick who plays the sister in number 2.
Yep.
They formed their own little bad boys, bad girls-esque group kind of thing, and it was quite an interesting series.
Yeah. Okay. My last one. Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Yes. Oh, the hippo scene.
I forgot about that.
Fucking
rhino. It was a rhino.
Fantastic. I mean, okay, so this one came out November 1995. It was by Stephen Oedekerk. Co-wrote Nutty Professor. Was involved in number 1 but didn't direct. He wrote and directed number 2 of Nutty Professor. Jimmy Neutron. He was also in wrote, directed, and starred in Kung Pao.
Huh?
Enter the Fist. That a very silly kung fu based
As
movie.
in the main guy from Kung Pao.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had no idea that was him that
Yeah.
wrote this.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I fucking love Kung Pao. Man.
It's fucking weird.
Such a good movie.
It's great. It's
So
great.
that's a real movie.
Yeah.
That Kung Pao. Completely off topic. That's an actual film. Just obviously without him in it.
Oh, yeah.
And he's
cut in top of
superimposed
it. Yeah,
himself
yeah.
on top of the real film. I think a lot of people thought it was just like they've taken lots of different things and mashed and made a movie. No, it's like it's in a real film that he's just redubbed and put himself into.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, fucking great. I mean, it was a follow-on with Jim Carrey. It was absolutely fantastic. I was introduced to this movie very late, like 2011, 2012 or something like that.
Shit,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Not even
That's when
I was that late.
Yeah, so because I
Wow.
seen the original, watched it when I was a kid. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is sick. And then someone just made a comment. I said something about Ace Ventura, and they made a comment. I'm like, what are you talking about? And they've looked at me like, oh, you haven't seen the second one. I'm like, there's a fucking second one. So literally that night went and watched it. Fucking brilliant. I mean,
the
like,
rhino scene.
the
man.
rhino
the
scene,
Rhino
The
scene. is
fact
just-
people are cosplaying that now
I
is
know.
hilarious.
I saw that.
I mean, you got comments like a glove. Like just completely rolls a fucking thing and then ends up in the park. He's just like a glove. He's bouncing around like an absolute idiot in a car, and it's on perfectly smooth road with the jungle in the back. Like simple shit like that. And I was pissing myself. I mean, go Slinky, go! Down the fucking please,
film.
can I go again? I mean, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. It is better than the first one.
It's
just
definitely
In my opinion, I like the movie better than the first one,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have as good a one-liners as the first one.
yes.
the first one it's the movie that's more remembered, just Pet Detective. But I think it's the rhino scene is the most iconic scene out of both.
Also, the first one is you're not really allowed to watch it anymore because it's cancel culture.
Oh, yeah.
It got cancelled, even though it's still a fantastic movie. But
yeah.
I did not know that.
the whole transvestite thing at the end.
Yeah, fair enough. I did find out that Jim Carrey set a record, though. He was the first actor and it was in 1994 when it happened, to have 3 films go straight to number 1 in the same year.
Wow.
It was The Mask, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
There you go.
Want to hear the most annoying noise in the world?
Somebody stop
That was
it.
my last one. Fucking loved it.
Beautiful. All right, my last one. Staying on the Rob Zombie train, I've got Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. So obviously this one is written and directed by Rob Zombie again. It is the sequel to his Halloween, which I fucking loved and I think is the best telling of the original Halloween story.
He did that was a remake, wasn't it? Like
It's
in
a reboot kind of thing where it
wasn't that long ago, was it?
I'm not sure how long ago was it. He put a lot of effort into telling the backstory of Michael as opposed to the original movies and stuff like that. Whereas the new ones that have come out, they're a continuation from the first one.
Yeah, 2007.
Yeah, the new ones are a continuation from the first movie.
Yeah.
Not because the first movie had like 8 sequels.
Yeah.
But they've just been, oh no, they didn't happen.
Oh, so they've done that. See, I thought they were a continuation of the first 8 movies.
So those Halloween 2 on just didn't happen.
Right.
And those new two movies that came out, they are a direct sequel to the original OG Halloween.
Really?
And Rob Zombie's movies are their own thing.
Yeah.
So he rebooted it all. First one, fantastic. Loved it.
Yep.
It's very Rob Zombie. It's brutal. It's great. The sequel, everyone hated. I fucking loved it. I thought it was so well done. Like him seeing visions of his mum riding a white horse.
I don't know if I've seen the second one.
A lot of people didn't because it didn't get big fanfare when it was released either because a lot of people didn't like the first one.
Sure.
And I loved it. So it's Malcolm McDowell returns, who's a very famous actor, everyone knows. Tyler Mane, who plays Michael. He's a giant wrestler motherfucker. He's huge. Sherry Moon returns as the mum.
Yep.
And Danielle Harris plays Laurie. So a year after Nella escaping death from the hands of Michael Myers, Laurie Strode is at the breaking point, pushed to the edge of Dr. Loomis. Revelations that she is actually Michael's sister. Little does she know the unstoppable killer is back, and driven by visions of their dead mother, he is determined to bring about a bloody family reunion. And it's great. I really enjoy it. If you have watched it back in the day and you weren't a fan, go back and rewatch it. It's well worth a watch in my opinion. So Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I wish we got Halloween 3. That was meant to be one where apparently Laurie was going to be Michael, going to be the new killer.
Ooh, okay.
Was the apparent thing, but it got cancelled, unfortunately.
There you go. The Halloween 2 came out in 2009.
2009, there you go.
R rating.
All right, what's your last one? I've already seen a picture of it and I know what it is.
Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World.
Yes.
I
agree with this.
I think it's one that's sort of lost nowadays, especially with the Jurassic World movies and things that come out.
Yep.
I also think from memory, Jurassic Park 3 was not good.
It's okay.
It was okay. It's not great, but it was okay, yeah.
They just kind of tried to capitalize on bringing, what's his name, Sam O'Neill?
Yep.
Sam O'Neill back into it. They just tried to capitalize on that and sort of put that to the forefront. It's like, oh, the Doctor's back. And they did the story.
But so this is the one where obviously they go back to the park. They end up bringing specimens back into America, and all hell breaks loose with dinosaurs in the city until they get sent back to the island.
Yep. I think it was only the T-Rex, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they were
the mum and the dad, the mum and the kid.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But effectively, they Hammond had a amphitheater that was going to be there, but ended up being abandoned. And the new people that come in try to
do they go back to Jurassic Park, or do they go to the other island? I can't remember now.
I think it's back to Jurassic Park because
I'm pretty sure it was back
Goldblum's
to Jurassic
character
Park,
Ian Malcolm goes back there. Yeah,
and he does the line of like, "This is stupid. Why are we here? Like, why are we coming back here? This is not a smart idea."
Yeah. And then the third one must have been to the other island, because they definitely go to another.
Yeah, that was Lost World. Wasn't it? Was that what it was called?
Oh, I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was Jurassic Park Lost World, I think it was called.
I don't know. Either way, I thought the second one went to the other island. I thought, but I can't remember. And then I thought the third one might have gone back to the original one, but oh well. But in any case, we've got another one coming through. So Jurassic World,
which is number 4.
It's number 4 in the Jurassic World. I think the idea is that this is another trilogy coming out, like to revamp type thing. And I think they're going back to the second island. Isla Nublar or something, whatever.
I know. I think we're talking about the same thing. 2 teams are appointed to find the existence of dinosaurs who survived secretly. One of the leaders is aware of a second island apart from the original island that led to the failure of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. But either way, watch it. It's a good movie. Definitely worth watch.
Watch all of them. They're all great movies.
Yeah, and that's it. I think it's definitely one that people watch Jurassic World and instantly go back and think about just Jurassic Park, not the sequels to Jurassic Park. So definitely wants to watch. I had a few honourable mentions that I'll just throw out there quickly. Blade Runner 2049.
Oh, great film.
Sister Act 2.
I agree with that. Yep, better than the first one.
Babe, Pig and City.
No.
And the last one was Paddington 2.
Yep. That's why. What was the movie long ago? It was like, I can't remember. It was a movie I watched recently, and they say, it was the Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal one.
Yeah.
And he says like my favorite movie is Paddington 2. I cry every time, and they watch Paddington 2 and cry.
They're crying.
Yeah.
But don't they get like super fucking high and do it or something like that?
That scene where they're high and they're sitting on the bench and like, I think those guys are looking at us. No, don't look, subtly. Oh, they're looking at, what do we do? Fucking run, man, run.
I haven't seen it. I need to.
It's
just that one scene where they're on drugs is fucking hilarious, man. It is beautiful.
It's Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he's playing himself.
Yeah, and he's the greatest actor in the world. Yeah. Pedro Pascal's brought him out to an island to act for him, and it's different.
You see the meme all the time of like Nicolas Cage turning to him in the car and like looking sustained, and Pascal's just like, he's here.
That's when they're on drugs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're on drugs in that part.
Great movie.
But some quality sequels there. So again, we'll try and get these lists together and we'll put them out on our socials.
Yes. Okay. Last thing for this episode.
TV shows.
Let's get angry at some fuckwits.
Oh, don't get too cranky.
Okay, so in the last 2 weeks, we have the return of the Wheel of Time TV series on Amazon Prime with season 3.
I forgot about this, hey?
So-
completely forgot about it and seen it there. I'm like, fuck yeah.
So before you guys start on season 3,
Yep.
brief plot for season 1,
Okay, so
season 2.
this
There's
is
a
not
Wheel
to talk
of Time.
really about the season so far. I think this is a better one for us once it's finished. We'll talk about the season.
Okay.
This is more of a rant on my behalf, really. When we can discuss it. So basically, the Wheel of Time is a 14-book series.
Yes, I've heard about the books. It's quite long.
They are very thick books. All the characters' names are very long. There is a lot of characters.
Yep.
Now, this is the part where we're going to anger some neckbeards. The books are fucking horribly written. Horribly written books.
See,
Great story, fucking horribly written books.
so I think my mate Sam was he was like balls deep into them at the start, and I think he got over them because they were taking forever to come out towards the end.
Well,
and
he died.
Well, yeah. Either way,
But it's finished now.
Brendan Saunders finished it.
yeah. But I think as he's gone back over time and reread them, I think he's on the.
You did it again.
Oh, I did.
Brandon
Sorry,
Sanderson.
Brandon.
I think as he's gone back and reread them now, he's like, yeah, these aren't written well.
Yeah, no, they're so bad written, and they have so much filler. So much filler. So the first season of the show, essentially what they did, first things first, they were filming during COVID. Like COVID hit just as they started filming. They had an actor who left at the end of the season, but apparently was just being a prick the whole time he was on set. And basically what they've done in the first book, there is a lot of walking between Matt and Rand, two of the main characters. They walk to a village, stuff happens. They walk to a village, stuff happens. They walk to a village, stuff happens. This goes on and on throughout the whole fucking first book. Like, it's a waste of fucking time. TV series, when all of the stuff that happens at the different villages happens at one place, and the characters are there at that one place. Happens in an episode. Oh, no, the fucking gatekeepers, you can't do that. That's illegal.
So do the seasons follow one book at a time? No, multiple books?
So basically, they're kind of, the new season 3, is smashing 2 books together and reordering the events of things
that's gonna
happening.
upset people as well.
Yeah,
Naturally.
The gatekeepers are not fucking happy. And the same thing with season 2 did that. They smashed they smashed multiple books together. Because, I mean, one thing that neckbeards have to get through their head is most books are written from the point of view of a character's head. Like, most of the stuff is coming from their head or someone else's head. It's someone's perspective from the head. That doesn't translate to a visual medium.
Yeah.
You need to convert it into a way that speaks in a visual medium.
And you can get a lot more into the page of a book rather than
Yeah, well, I think we've had this chat before. Like,
We have, yeah.
You can describe,
And we will again.
Yeah, you can describe their arrival into a new place, and that description might take 2 or 3 pages, but you can't drag it out
Visually,
that long.
it's a second over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's I've seen it. Now the characters
one
need to do something.
One of the things that we got taught when I was doing script writing in my filmmaking course that we did was, in a book, when a character walks into a room, the book might say they walk into the room, blah blah blah. It's mild temperature, etc., etc. They scan their eyes across the room and they see this and that and this and that and blah 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 blah, and the beads sweating down the person's eyes and kind of thing. In a movie or a TV show, that would be, and apologies for you at home who were listening, because this is really not going to translate for you and it just proves my point. The person walks in and goes,
Looks around the room. Done.
Yeah.
That's that fucking explanation. But in a movie, it doesn't work. That would look shit if someone walked into a screen and went, So you have to add dialogue to explain things. You have to add exposition, all that kind of stuff. And it just pisses neckbeards. And most of the time, it just doesn't work. Full stop. So let's just change it. Let's change it into something else. Another character that's not meant to be here is here, so that we can do the explanations.
And I think it's almost the reverse effect too. Now that I'm starting to read comic books, things happen in comics and mangas very quickly.
Yeah.
But obviously, in a movie, you've actually got to draw. It's the opposite. You've actually got to draw some of those scenes out to actually
you got to
get
fill
the
in
detail.
things to get the details.
And that's where again people get upset because you're deviating away from the source material because you've got to put a bit of filler in because otherwise it's a movie that's going to last 20 minutes.
Yeah. So most online fucking Wheel of Time book nerds are like hardcore against the series, and it's like I refuse to watch it. I watched one episode and I refuse to watch the entire show.
So is the hate as bad as it is for like the Rings of Power? Because I know that got fucking
Oh,
slammed.
it's worse.
It's
It
worse?
is so much worse. In my opinion, like, and this is going to piss some people off.
No.
Book nerds, you are the worst fucking fandom out of all of them, in my opinion.
Ooh. I look forward.
No, they are the most fucking volatile people on the internet, book nerds. Abusing people and all that kind of shit. When you go on all those fucking forums and listen to people complaining and shit, comic book nerds, they're like, oh, you know, that's not what the character's meant to look like. Book nerds are fucking sit because they're smart, they're intellectual, they read. So they know how to write shit properly. So they just go into full fucking diatribes and fucking blast people. They're the worst out of all of
I
them.
think that's one of the best things I've heard. It's because they're smart.
But
I would
yeah,
like to say that I do not do that. Thank you very much.
but one of I'm season 3 I've been watching, and
How fucking good was the first scene?
the show is
first
just
scene
so fucking
alone.
good. Season 3 is phenomenal.
I don't rate the show high. Like, I'm enjoying it. I don't rate it highly.
It's not a great show.
I haven't
It's-
read the books.
It's better than the books, in my opinion.
So I haven't read the books, and I thought about reading the books
Don't.
a while back. No, I'm not
Don't
going
bother.
to because the guy, one of my colleagues,
ChatGPT or TLDR.
he got me onto Stormlight Archive, which is Brandon Sanderson. So yeah, got me onto that and read through that, and he said to me, "Oh, I'm about to start reading Wheel of Time because Sanderson is finishing it off. Like he did the last 2 or 3 books or something like that."
2 from memory.
Yeah, and anyway, so he was reading Wheel of Time purely just so he could get to that, and he came through a few months later and he just said, "Fuck, I am looking for a way to condense these books so that I can just watch something because it is fucking hard to read." And that was like, obviously he went in there with the intent of just wanting to read Sanderson's books,
I'm pretty sure he was he was paid by word. Because there is so much stuff in those books that you can just be like, you can just be like, this whole chapter doesn't fucking need to be here.
Yeah.
Doesn't do anything. Like, no, books down the line don't come back to it. There's no fucking point for this to be here.
But then if you have a look at the TV show itself, like you have a look at that, and he's the writer, I don't even know what his name is, but he's done some incredible world building and he's put some incredible things together which work.
Oh yeah, they've done such a good job in condensing all the bullshit into a watchable show.
The one thing that I do find, and I think this is why I didn't like it as much, is it kind of looks like it's for the time that it's sort of trying to portray, like people are like in a bit of a squabble and whatnot, and or squalor rather, they're very polished. You know what I mean? The characters are very polished.
Yeah. Well, the Aes Sedai, who are the witches, the females,
I get that
they're
part.
meant to be.
They're meant to be.
They're meant to be like ageless. They're
Yes.
meant to be like elves in.
Exactly.
I think they're meant to be ageless. They don't age.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Whereas I don't think
Very
there's enough of like a separation between those that element to it.
Yeah.
Which I think Rings of Power have done that brilliantly. Like people who are beggars, they look like beggars. People who are elves and have that like that higher sort of aloft personality to them, they look like that. And even like the elves, once they've been through a battle, they look like drawn down, they look defeated sometimes, whereas in this they all just kind of look really polished and up and bubbly and ready to go. And if you know what I mean,
Yep.
like it's all too on a high. Like even after a fight and a battle, you just kind of, they just still look too polished for me.
One of my favorite things of the new season is and this is, I've already seen so many book fans complaining on the internet about this. It's fucking hilarious. So in the books, May, is that a name? May?
No idea.
Ming, May, I can't remember. She can see people's auras and see their future. And she knows she knows that she will have to share Rand, who's the main character, with other women, kind of thing. So he eventually gets a harem by the end of the books. So she'll have to share him because she'll fall in love with him. And 2 of the people that fall in love with him are the princess, who is in the book at the moment, and Avienda, who is like from a desert tribe, right? And they have to agree to sort of share him and become friends throughout the book. And that's one of the things of they don't like each other at first, blah, 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 blah. First episode of the season 3. Yeah, that's all gone out the window. They fucking make out and they fuck on the roof.
Who, the friends?
Yeah, the two chicks who were meant to share Rand. No, Rand's not even in the picture. They're fucking each other.
Yep.
And the book fans went mental online. It was hilarious. And I'm like, good, go for it. Change it. Fuck them.
I think I understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
It is quite a big change.
Oh, it's a big change.
Which inherently means like for them, like, and we have spoken about it before, book nerds, they get attached to the story, they get attached to the characters and how they've seen all that sort of stuff. So when you change it, they get really, really pissed off, which is why we're talking about it now. But that there is quite a big change from what you've said from the story, which means straight away they're going to go, not only have you fucked that, what else have you fucked?
I know. See, I know why they've done it too.
It makes sense.
I know why they've
just
done it
hearing what you've
because
said.
it's basically they're using that relationship to shorten the amount of time it takes for them to come to the realization that they have to share Rand. Because if they're in love with each other as well as in love with Rand,
Makes that process smoother.
It just makes it happens. So they don't have to go through fucking season upon season of
Bickering and
they have to
backbiting.
share.
And I don't know if they're going to do it in the same way they do with the Aes Sedai, but the Aes Sedai, when they're in particular groups, they're all coordinated by fucking colours or whatever. But some of them get the pledges. I can't remember what the pledges are called within it. The guys who get attached to them as a forever type thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Waters?
I don't know, whatever they're called.
Yep.
But in any case, maybe they'll become the pledges to Rand al'Thor or some shit like that. I don't know if that is a similar thing that happens.
So
because I know he's not Aes Sedai, but
he's
the dragon.
The males, it's very
frowned
in the
upon
books.
and all
They
that sort of shit.
in the books they explain it all.
Sure.
because the wheel of time turns and eventually loops on itself and repeats itself. The pattern, blah blah blah.
It's another coming of the dragon.
And basically, in the books, you sort of see the before time, all this kind, and there used to be like hover cars and shit, and like it was super futuristic-y, and the male and female, like their powers have essentially caused the downfall of humanity.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And like made them regress, kind of thing.
Sure.
But in terms of the waters, the two princes that are in the season now, they eventually become Elaine's.
Yeah, okay.
Or one of them becomes Elaine's water.
Yeah, right.
The very pretty one. And then the other ones I can't really tell without spoiling future seasons for you.
Yeah, sure.
You're looking at me like you want to say something.
No, I'm keen to watch it.
He's looking back going,
Lisa and I...
no book, no TV yet.
Lisa and I watched the trailer the other day because I know you guys were watching it, and it's definitely on our watch list. So I'll be watching
the first season is
slow.
It's a bit of a push to get through.
Yeah.
It's entertaining. It's a higher budget sci-fi fantasy show, like Sci-Fi Channel's fantasy show. So it was like a Sci-Fi Channel show that has a bit of a higher budget in the first season. Yep. Second season is like, first season was okay. Here's a lot more money.
Yep.
And they replaced the actor who was being a fuckwit with another actor who has done phenomenal in the role. And it's
just same character, just recast.
Yeah. Second season, much better. And that was also one of the things the fans had a massive hissy fit about was in the books, the way the first book ends, Matt was meant to go with everyone, but at the end of the show, in the first season, he doesn't.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, And it's like, well, no, because the actor was quitting.
Yeah.
He wasn't coming back, so they had to replace the actor, and they had to do all this stuff to make that work, and COVID, and But season 2, awesome. Season 3, even better.
I was going to say, so far, the best episode of the show has been episode 1 of season 3. Yeah. It just came out and all fucking just swinging. It was fucking great.
The show does a really good job of setting the world for you, teaching you the laws of the world, so that you know what is true, what can be done, what can't be done. There is something that happens at the end of the first one that wasn't in the books, and the book nerds went mental about it. But
so, how long apart are the seasons coming out?
They come out pretty quickly.
Because
First
this
season
is
was-
becoming a gripe for me.
Yeah, it's a massive gripe for me, but that's just the way the world works.
Yeah, I
know. The first season came out mid-COVID, towards the end of COVID, or the first lockdown, should I say. Second season came out last year, I want to say, 23?
Yeah, pretty sure.
24?
I'm going to check, but you
Start of 24, I think it was, and season 3 is coming out now. And I think they said they're planning for 6 seasons.
Okay.
I think I read that somewhere.
Because
2021 was the first one, and it doesn't have when the second one came out, so that's great.
Pretty sure second season came out last year.
Probably.
But
So that's 3 years.
They're aiming for 6 seasons, supposedly.
Well, I said, like, without trying to then derail and start a whole another conversation here, but yeah, like the distance between seasons is becoming a problem, especially when which is why I think I'm starting to like see shows like Penguin and Wonder, where it was weekly, even Daredevil, where you got to wait weekly because
And then it's over. There's no
like-
second season.
Looks like every 2 years.
2 years.
So
Yeah, but-
2021, 2023, and then 2025. Oh, about 18 months in between, I'm sorry.
Not
Cool.
that. So like there was a show, Shadow and Bone, on Netflix. Watched season 1, thought it was great. Season
it was
2,
okay.
Season 2 took years to come out. And
There are reasons behind that.
I have no doubt, but like I know every case is different. But I said like
I thought
COVID
it got cancelled.
COVID
It
stuff
did.
happened and
Upstairs
stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
But like it's having shows dump the whole episode, the whole season at once. It's gone in a weekend. I'm like, oh sweet, now I've got to wait like 2.5 years for the next
Have
season.
some self-control.
I don't.
Netflix is one of the major causes for this, and they're also the major causes for shows getting cancelled because they don't make money off shows that keep running.
No, I know. It's not them getting cancelled is the problem. I don't have a mind issue with that. It's the fact that there's just such a big gap between seasons that you lose interest in the original show because it's so long apart.
See, that's why I like Amazon Prime.
It's really good.
It's because like you get like Rings of Power and Wheel of Time and stuff like that, but you know that they're not as scared as Netflix about retaining viewers because 90% of the people who sign up to Amazon Prime aren't signing up to it for the shows. They're signing up to it to get free delivery.
Yeah.
And you get the shows as a bonus. So they're not worried about, oh no, new season, we can't get new subscribers. It's like they don't give a fuck.
But they also still have a pay to rent,
Yeah.
or pay to buy for movie releases that
Yeah.
they do.
Whereas Netflix have to worry about all that shit.
And they don't bother with having actually they might have a premium subscription now, but they still have
that
they
one
still
where
have-
you can have no ads.
yeah, they still have ads. So I mean, like they're just business models that work for them.
Yeah, it's
and
like
work
I
well.
don't mind shows getting cancelled or things for whatever reason stuff happens. Like people go different directions. I get that, but yeah, it's just the time frame between season A and season B coming out at times is the fact that like it's getting over 2 years. Like Game of Thrones for House of Dragon is an example of this where it was so long between season 1 and season 2. I had no idea I had to go back and rewatch it
That's because the
because
show was bad.
it was it was bad. Yes, but like
I haven't actually finished season one.
They had to figure out how to make the show better. That's why it took
But
so long.
The time gap between seasons is getting long. And I know that's because more of these TV shows are having bigger names that are doing movies and everything like that. The schedule is busier and busier. But yeah, it's just frustrating
In all
having
honesty,
such a big time gap.
We can blame HBO. HBO is the main reason for this because HBO started making shows a lot better with bigger budgets, with better actors, and then all of a sudden everyone's like, we can do that? And the actors are like, we can do TV without never being able to come back to movies? Oh, God. The downward spiral began. Game of Thrones ruined it all.
Hell yeah.
But speaking of HBO, great show if you haven't watched it, 6 Feet Under. Watch that shit. That's
Is that an old show?
Yeah, it's way back when. We're not getting into it.
Yeah, I was going to say
This is already the longest episode we've ever done.
I was going to say they remade it. No, it's not. It's close, but it's not.
It's not.
It's getting up there.
We can keep talking though.
Oh, let's not. I think we've gone on enough.
Okay. Well, I apologise to all the book nerds. I don't, but I do.
That was
Just,
so sincere.
All you got to do is give the shows a chance, people.
Yes.
Give them a chance. Just because they're not the same as your precious books, who gives a fuck?
They're designed to be
Put the book to the
entertaining,
left
not to be
and put the show on the
historically
right. They're different things.
Go in with
do
an
them
open
on
mind.
different channels. Use the different sides of your fucking brain. You're smart people. I'm sure you can figure out how the fuck
You
to
read books, you're
differentiate
smart.
something.
You book smart.
All right.
Good news. We reached 40 subscribers on YouTube.
Nice.
Fucking wait.
I thought you wanted 50 though.
Oh, hold on.
Wait.
40 subscribers. Woo! We do want 50, but we're not greedy. We'll go in increments.
Oh, we can be greedy.
We do. Like, I'd like more than that.
Millions.
I'd like the point where we can actually make money from it. But,
My wife would be so much happier.
It would be nice. We can all dream.
To those 40 people that subscribe, keep sharing around.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
appreciate it.
We love you all. Thank you for listening, guys. If you're still with us, we appreciate it. Apologise to the book nerds. Watch the sequels and be good to each other.
Cheers, guys.
See ya.
Bye. Hey, guys. Thanks for listening to Frantic Nerdcast.
You can find all our latest news and information on Facebook or at franticnerdcast.com.
You can find us on Instagram at Frantic Nerdcast. Find AJ at Weird Art by AJ. Find Zach at Frantic Kaz and myself at Frantic Brock.
Please make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for more YouTube-only content like Sequelize It and Plays Games.